Hello everyone, welcome back to Simulated Heaven. Hope you're doing well. So, I would like to make hopefully a short video where I will go over why right now I don't have any interest in buying Expeditions, a Mudrunner game. So I have played a lot of Spintires, I've played a lot of Mudrunner, I've even played a lot of SnowRunner. So why am I not interested in Expeditions? So I thought I would explain this in case it might help any other people who are thinking about whether they should be buying this game. Before I start, I will say that I haven't actually played this game. I'm basically forming an opinion based on the trailers and from what I can see from the past history of the developer of this game. So some of you might really disagree with this and say, how can you have an opinion on a game you haven't actually played? But I'm fairly confident that the idea that I have about this game is fairly accurate at the moment, although in the future they might improve the game. Anyway, so why don't I have any interest in this game, Expeditions? So when I saw the trailers, I saw that the graphics of this game are exactly the same as the last game, SnowRunner. The vehicles are pretty much the same. Maybe they're slightly different. Maybe some of the equipment is slightly different. One of the issues I have with SnowRunner is I feel like every map looks kind of the same. It's kind of hard for me to explain, but every map I will go into, I just see a load of mountains and rocks. And yes, there are some slight differences. Like there's a map that might be a bit greener, and there's another one that might be a bit more icy or muddy. But I didn't find the maps that different, really. And I can see a similar feeling in this game. When I see the maps from this game, it's just like a desert, right? But it really gives me that same feeling that all the maps are just going to be the same. So, yes, they have added a few new features in this game. So they've added a mobile winch point thing that you can plug in the ground around you. But they've also taken away quite a lot of the things from the last game. They have released the game as a single player only game, and they say they're going to have the co-op a bit later. I can kind of understand why they did that, because their last game, when it launched, the multiplayer was awful. So I can see why. So I wouldn't say that that's like a major reason why I am not interested. But it's like, for me, this game is not really different enough from the last game. And it just didn't really interest me. I mean, okay, the missions are slightly different, but it's a bit like the kind of scouting portion of the last game. So for me, it's not really enough to really attract me and to buy a whole new game. I would say that really, at the moment, for me, this game feels a bit like a DLC for the last game. And the other thing is that I was a bit stupid with the last game, and I bought, I think, all of the DLC, which is probably about 1,000 hours worth of content. And in hindsight, I shouldn't have really bought all of that, because I feel like there's no way that I'm ever going to get through all the content. So I still have loads of content from the last game that I haven't even tried. So that's another reason why it's like, why should I buy a new game when I have loads of content in the old game that I still want to play? and it's like I don't see the point in buying a whole new game. I also am not really liking the feeling I get from the developers of this game. They kind of remind me a bit of the Farm Sim devs. Maybe not quite that bad, but it's like they keep releasing new games with these incremental improvements. The last game is still really buggy. When I have played this recently, I'm still seeing weird bugs in that game. So it's like they kind of seem to come across to me as like lazy devs. They don't really add that much new in the new game. They haven't really 100% fixed the old game. They always seem to use very similar assets in all their games, and the mud physics seem to be actually getting worse rather than better, or they certainly aren't improving on that. So it's like, for all these reasons, I just don't have any interest in the Expeditions game. Maybe in the future, if they really improve it, maybe I might buy it when it's on offer. But these are the reasons why, for me, I wouldn't be buying this game right now. But that is obviously my opinion. I would love to know what you think about this game, and whether you have dived in and bought it. It seems like that some of my feelings have already started to come across in the Steam reviews. It's got a mixed review on here, and you can see there's quite a lot of negative reviews saying that it is lacking from the previous game. It's a downgrade from the previous game. It feels like an unnecessary game. It should be a DLC. That's what another review is saying. Yeah, one of the other things that I don't really like about the last game, and it seems like it's the same in this game, the amount of fuel the trucks use is crazy. And you have to keep refilling the trucks so often, and it doesn't feel realistic. I'm sure in real life you can fill up a truck enough for it to last the full day of work, if you know what I mean. But it feels like in this game, and well, I just read a review for the Expeditions, which seems like they have the same issue in this game. Anyway, that's what I think about this game. Like I said, I'd love to know your ideas in the comments section, and hopefully I helped someone who might be thinking about whether they should play this game or not. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.